Like data types class, I gave basic definition of list, right, Deepa?
Yes, yes, you did.
Yeah. Could you please give the definition? Hello.
List and tuple are like the same actually. Like duplicates will have a duplicates in them.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. List is actually starts with a comma. Like there should be a comma in the list,
Okay.
and
See,
it's gonna be enclosed by the square
the
bracket.
yes, yes, that's correct. It's going to have different types of data as well. So you can see here, like you are not aware of arrays that we have in Java and all. So you no need to consider it. So in simple language, a list is a collection of things. Like a collection of any kind of data. It can have objects, it can have strings, it can have integers, it can have a list, it can have a tuple, anything. But it is collection of different things, different kinds of data. It's collection of things enclosed within square brackets and separated by comma. Okay, a list is
Mm-hmm.
collection of things enclosed in square brackets and separated by comma. A single list may contain data types like integers, it can have strings, it can have objects like everything in Python we are going to consider as object. Like string is an object, list is an object. Okay, in oops concept you can understand what is object and all. But for now, just see, like it can have integers, it can have strings, it can have list inside that, it can have a tuple inside that, any kind of data. Okay, it will store any kinds of data, any kind of data it's gonna store, and it can have duplicates as well. Means you can repeat the same data any number of times. It's going to accept. Okay, so lists are mutable and hence they can be altered even after their creation. So mutable, so try to understand what is mutable. So after creating the data, like after creating the list, you can modify the data. Like you can delete the data, you can add the data, or you are going to have some data, right? You can update it as well. So you can do all these operations. That's why lists are mutable. Alter means normally changing, right? Alter means changing. So you can add the data, or you can delete, or you can update the existing data. You can perform all these operations. Means you can change the elements inside a list. That's why list is mutable. Okay, is it clear?
Okay.
Like what is mutable? Did you
Yes.
understand, or do I need to explain again? Hello.
No, no, no. You were saying that mutable is something like mm,
Even after creation,
I
we can
forgot.
modify the data. Even after creating, even like why I created the list or I created some data, even though I can modify it after creation. You can modify, you can do like any type of modification, like adding extra data, deleting existing data, updating existing data. So such a things we can do. That is mutable.
Okay.
Understand? Understand?
Mhm.
Okay. And let's see how we can create a list. Okay. So you can have any name. You can have any name, that's up to you. This is empty. If you won't give anything inside this square bracket, so it's like empty list. Okay. This is empty
Mm-hmm.
list. And if you want to have just one all integers, you can have like a 10, 20, 30, 1, 3, 4. This is also you can do. Or else if you want to have different types of data, that is 12, then floating, then string, then again inside that if you want to take a list, like this. So different types of data also you can store. So the last one, this is list of list inside a list. So lst is the one list. Inside that you are gonna have one more list, 1, 2, 3. So like that you can have any kind of data inside a list. Okay, it's collection of heterogeneous data. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
And based on requirement, if you need to have only strings, yes, you can have that. That's anything like this you can create. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
that's completely up to you how you want to, what kind of data you want to store and all. Okay. Then
Okay.
accessing elements from the list. Okay, now if you see, let me take this for example. Now if you try to print list now, it will give you all the elements. Sorry, it should be comma separated, not space separated. If you run, see, it printed all 10, 20, 30, 1, 3, 4. But I want to print 30 alone. I want to print 30 alone. I want to use 30 alone. Okay, so how we can access that value? Okay, so in Python, we are going to use index to access individual elements. Okay, the index going to start from 0. Remember, index going to start from 0. So here, this 10th index is 0 and 20th index is 1, then 30 index is 2, then 1 index is 4, then 3 index is 5, then this, like it's going to start from 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay,
Okay.
and now I want to access 30. What is the index of 30?
2.
Yeah, so to use this index you need to use square bracket and inside that specify the index. Now run it, you are going to get 30 alone. Clear?
Okay.
And if you want to access 3, what is index of 3? 0,
4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
4.
If you,
4.
yeah, if you give 4, yes, it will give you 3. This is how you can access individual elements. Okay, and the index going to start from 0. Okay,
Okay. Always, right? There is no change in them.
yeah, there is no change. There is no change. So it's always going to start from 0 only. There is no change and all. Okay, and this is positive index. In Python, we have one more advantage, that is negative index as well. In other languages also we have positive indexing only, but in Python we have negative indexing. Both, like as of now you saw how we can access from left to right. Now we are going to see how we can access from right to left.
Okay.
Negative indexing, it's going to start from -1.
-1 always. Okay.
So then it's going to start from right, so from right to left. Then 4 index is -1, 3 -2, this is -3, this is -4, this is -5, this is -6. Now if I want to access 30, you told right, the positive indexing is 2, correct?
Hmm.
In the same way, what will be the negative indexing to access 30?
-4.
Yeah, if you give -4, it's going to give you same output. Okay, from if you access the data from left to right, then it is positive indexing and it's going to start from 0. If you access data elements from right to left, it is negative indexing and it's going to start from -1.
Okay.
Clear?
Yes, yes.
Okay, and then I want to know the total number of elements that I have in list. Okay, total number of elements. Here again, don't include index. Okay, here you want to count how many elements you have. How many elements I have here? 6. right?
6.
1, 2, 3. So I want to print it. So print len of, so for that we are you going to use len function, len of your list name. What is my list name? My list name is lst, and if you run, see, 6. Clear? It will give
Okay.
you how many elements you have.
What is len?
It's length, len.
Mm-hmm.
It's a function. It's going to give you the total number of elements inside a list.
Okay.
Okay, clear? Clear, Deepa?
Yes, yes, it's clear.
Then, so I have these elements only. Now I want to add 5. Okay, I want to add 5. What I want to do? I want to add 5 to this list. How I can do? We are going to use append method. Append, and you need to specify the data that you want to add. If it is string, you need to specify in double quotes.
Mm.
If it is a number, you need to give it as normal number. And now if you
Okay.
print lst, before adding also, if you want to print, you can print lst, run it, see, before adding, after adding, 5 got added, and the append going to add the element at end of the list. Okay,
Okay. So this is something like which we can't change, and that's the reason we're using append.
what we can't change?
Since because we can't add the 5 in the list, that is the reason we're getting this append.
No, Deepa.
Or it's like
It's
mandatory.
like, it's not how to say. You have one list, okay? And later on, like now in your school, few people already joined, correct?
Mm.
And in register, initially 10 people joined, and you noted down that 10 people names. Later, one more people joined. Then you are going to add that people name in the register, right? You won't take new register and write down all the names. In already existing register, you are going to add their names. Am I correct?
Yes.
The same thing I am doing, right? I already have one old list. To that old list, I want to add some data, extra data I want to add. This is how I am going to do.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's method. If I want to add some data to a list, so the append method I am going to use to add data to the end of the list. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
We have one more method that called extend. This is also used to add the data, but some difference is there between append and extend. Okay. If you do now, if you do extend, see, lst dot extend, if you give 5, it will also going to add at end only. It also added at end, but you need to pass in the form of list or tuple, like that only. You can't pass as single element like 5 or like that. You should pass like this inside a square brackets or inside normal braces.
Okay.
Okay, you can, sorry, 1 second. The object is not iterable, so the only way you can pass as one more list. Okay, you can pass as
Mm-hmm.
one more list only. in extend. So if you see in append, you can give 5 in normal braces, but in extend, you need to pass the data inside these square brackets. Okay.
Yeah.
Now see, it added 5 also at end. Now
Yeah.
will explain you the difference between append and list with example. See, I will give 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you run, see, it's going to add each element. It will first time it will take 5 and it will add, then it will take 6 and it will add, then it will take 7 and it will add, then it will take and it will 8. It will add. Like it will iterate over one by one element and it will append to the end of the list. It will add to the end of the list. Okay. If you do the same thing here, what it did, it added this whole data as one element and in the form of list as it is. Whatever you give, it added in the same way. But here in extend, it took one by one, it take one by one element and iterate that and it add to the end of the list. Okay, so what is the difference between append and extend? So in append, if you give the data, it's going to add that as a single element to the end of the list. But when it's come to extend, it will iterate over that and it will take one by one element and then it will add at end of the list. Clear?
Yeah, Manas. In the append, can you remove the brackets, which is in the 5 and the 8?
It will give you error. It take only one argument. So if you want to add 5, 6, 7, 8, the 4, you need to use lst dot append 6, lst dot
Okay.
append 7,
Okay.
lst dot append 8. Then it will work 5, 6, 7, 8. But instead of that, in one line you completed here, no? Because of
Mm-hmm.
extend it, and for the extend we are going to uh, we are going to pass the parameter or the values in the form of list. Okay, here you need to pass as normal value. If you pass as a list, it's going to append the whole list as one element. If you pass a list of data in append, it will add that as it is, like as a list. When it's come to extend, it will iterate one by one element and then it will add at end of the list. Okay.
Yeah, understood.
See, by mistake, if you give square brackets, see, it's going to add like this.
Mm.
But if you give here, it will simply for append 5 only. It won't include the square brackets. It
Can
will
you give it
become,
here as in extend? Let us see that.
yeah, I gave, no, already in square brackets only I gave 5,
No,
6.
individually. Individual numbers.
Understand?
One more individual number in a 6 bracket.
Okay. Extend will iterate over that and it will take one by one element and it will attach or it will add at end of the list. And append, if you give as a iteration like list, it's going to append that list, whole list as one element in the list. That is the difference.
Okay.
Okay, clear?
Yes.
And to add the data, we have one more element. As of now, append and extend adding the elements at end of the list. But if you want to insert data in particular position, at particular position, you can use insert.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For that insert, you need to lst dot insert. You need to pass two parameters. One is the position. I want to add after 20, I want to add 40. In between 20 and 30, I want to add 40. What is the position after 20? Like index, it's 2. So it's 2 and I want to add 40. Print lst. See, after 20 it added 40. So here you need to specify the position index. Okay, you need to specify the index and the value that you want to insert. The position is
Okay.
where you want to insert the data and the value that you want to insert at this particular position.
Okay.
Okay. Clear? It will
Yes.
add based on index only. So to after 20 where I am gonna get second position. So there I it added 40. Okay.
So if you don't give the particular position, will it take it?
It will give you error. By default, insert as per their code, by default insert going to take two parameters. If you won't give any parameter, it won't work. It's going to give you this error. Insert takes exactly two arguments. You gave only one. If you give two
Okay.
parameters, then only it will work.
Okay.
Okay. And here we saw right how to fetch the data. And if you give the index, like now fourth, the last index is 5. If I give 7, 8 like that, here if I'm trying to fetch the data that I have in 8th index, I don't have 8, right? So it will give you error, list index out of range, because I don't
Okay.
have that. Correct?
Mhm.
Don't have.
Yes,
So
yes.
it won't work for you. List index out of range you are going to get. Okay.
Okay.
uh, Here I'm getting some background noise from your end, Deepa. Hello. Hello.
Yes, Manasa.
Okay. Now, instead of 30, you saw like how we can add. Instead of 30, I want to update that to 40. I don't want 30. In place of 30, I want 40. So how you can do that? What is the position of index of 30? It's 2, right? So it's 2, right? 2 is equals to 40. Assignment you are going to do and print lst. If you run it, it will update. See, it got updated. So you can override the existing data as well. That's why list is mutable. You can override the existing data. You can add new data, or you can override the existing data. So instead of 30, I have 40. So for that, you need to take the particular position, and for that, you need to assign the new value. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, this is how you can update the data. And you saw how to add the data, how to update the data. Let's see how to delete the data. Okay.
Okay.
Remove and pop, both we have. Okay, let me explain you both methods. And the first method is remove. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Second, I think charge. Let me plug in the charger. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to delete some value. So I want to delete 20, or I want to delete 3. Okay, if you do
Okay.
lst dot remove, you need to give the exact value that you want to remove. Let me print
Okay.
to remove it. See, now 3 got deleted. You can have any kind of data. Python, ABC, D. Now, if you want to delete ABC, you need to give ABC here.
Okay. The value has to be
See,
given.
ABC got deleted. Remaining values will be there. So for remove, you need to pass the exact value that you want to delete. Okay.
Okay.
To delete the data, we have one more method, that is pop. It will delete based on index.
Mm-hmm.
Like in remove, we can pass the exact value, but in pop, we should pass the index.
Okay.
Okay. Ls. Now tell me what is value you want to delete and what is the index of that. If you want to delete
Mm,
Python, what is the index of Python? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
5, 6. Print.
See,
Python is going
Python
to.
got deleted. If you won't pass anything now, it will delete the last one. For pop, if you won't pass any parameter, it will delete the last one.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah. Even it's gonna work for the negative index as well, right?
Yeah, you can give negative index as well. If you want to delete Python in negative way, what is the index? 0, -1, -2, -3. If you give -3 here, see, Python got deleted.
Okay.
Okay, two methods. For remove, you need to pass the exact value that you want to delete, and for pop, you need to uh, pass the index.
The-
And if you won't pass the index, it's going to remove the last element. Okay, and see, if you have duplicates, even if you have duplicates here, if
mm,
Python repeated so many ABC, no, ABC repeated multiple times, it will delete the first occurrence only. See, this occurred first time. First it occurred, no? Then ABC, then this is first index where ABC is there. Like this occurred first time, no? So it will remove this. Remaining all it won't remove. For that, we should follow some other, like we should write some code for that.
Okay.
It will delete the first occurrence. Okay.
Okay.
Clear? And now I want to reverse the list.
Mm,
Okay. You know, right? Reversing meaning.
yes, yes.
It reversed. See, D,
Okay.
A, B, C, Python 4, 3, 1, 30, 20, 10. It reversed. Okay. Sorting also work. Okay, we have one more method, that is sort. But if you want to perform sort operations, all the data inside list should be of same type. If you
Okay.
want to perform sort, you should have all integers or all strings or all floating numbers, like that you should have. All should be of same type. If you, for example, now see, if you have integers and strings, right? And then on top of this, if you perform sort, now it won't work for you. It will give you an error. See, not
Okay.
supported between instance of str and string, because it can't compare numbers with strings, right? So it won't work.
Mm-hmm. I
And
think if we delete the Python and ABCD, and I think it
yeah,
will
it
work.
will work.
Okay.
Or you should delete the numbers and you can have strings alone. The data type,
Any one of them
yeah,
has to be like.
any data type of all elements should be same. See, it is
Okay.
now it's
Okay.
sorted in ascending order. If you want to sort that in descending order, what happened? Then do I need to give true? Yeah. If you give reverse is
Mm.
equals to true inside sort, it will sort you in descending order. If you won't give anything, or if you give reverse is equals to false, it will sort in ascending order. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
clear, clear, Deepa.
Yes, yes, Manasa.
Yeah, this is for today, and we have slicing concept that is very important concept. So that will take one class. So that is applicable on tuple, that is applicable on string, that is applicable on list. That is very important concept. So next class I will explain you the slicing.
Okay.
And one more, sorry, one more we have. If you want to check how one value or one element, how many times it repeated. For that you have
Mm-hmm.
count. It will give you the number of occurrences for particular value. Okay. For example, I have a list and where A, B, 10, 10, B. Come on, come on, come on. Now I want to count how many times one repeated. So print lst dot count. I want to check for one, right? Now if you run, it will tell you how many times one repeated. Here one time, two, three, four, five. I want to check how many times B repeated.
Mm-hmm.
See, it repeated two times. I want to check how many times 10 repeated. If you run, it repeated three times. If you give how many times 3 repeated, 3 occurred only one time, so it will give you the output as 1. If you try to check the element that doesn't exist, now 40 is not there, and if you try to check, it will give 0 because 40 is not there, right? So it will give count as 0. Clear? Hello?
Manasa. Yeah, it's clear.
Yeah, one more method is there, that is index. For particular value, if you want to know the index. Okay. Now I want to know the index of B. It will give you the first occurrence index. See, 7 it gave 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It will give you the index. It won't give the second occurrence. It will give you the first occurrence index. Okay.
Okay.
And you can use find as well. Okay. You can use find as well. I will tell you the difference between index and find. Both are used to find the index of a particular value. Sorry, list of, okay. This is not for find. I think the find applicable to string only. Okay, omit it. So for now, okay, to find the index of an element in list, we are going to use index method. And if you try to check the index of the element that doesn't exist in the list, it will give you error. 40 is not in the list. Okay.
Okay.
If particular that 40 is there, it's going to give you. If 40 is not there, it's going to tell you 40 is not in list. It will give you an error.
Mm-hmm.
Clear? Deepa, is it clear?
The last part I got confused, Manasa. I think we need to check
Okay.
that. Huh?
So in index going to give you the index of the value that you want to know. Now I want to know the index of A. Okay, it's 6.
Mm-hmm.
So it gave you.
Yeah.
Now I want to check the index of C, but I don't have C anywhere in the list. Correct? Do I have C in the
Yeah.
list? I don't have.
No.
If you try that, it will give you an error. The particular value is not there in the list.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
clear now?
Yeah.
Okay. Any doubts?
Definitely have to go check the video and repeat it. That's when I can.